Hi everybody, happy Wellness Wednesday. Today we're going to talk a little bit about choosing your struggle, and when you make a conscious choice to choose what your struggle is going to be, you ultimately can build resilience. Now in the video below and the podcast below from Aubrey, you'll listen to Joe Rogan, who talks really in depth, a little over an hour and a half, about when we choose our struggle, we ultimately build resilience and we pretty much build up our immune system, and which is a good thing. And something I want to talk to you guys a little bit today about is a struggle I chose 10 months ago that I knew that I was going to step into, and I knew stepping into this struggle, I knew it was going to wear me down pretty hard, and it did. And what did I do to stay in flow, and what did I keep in my rituals to get me through that struggle? Because again, I ultimately chose this struggle this last 10 months, and it was a conscious choice, and I knew that I had to make sure that I kept balance in my life to my best ability while supporting that struggle that I was stepping into and choosing into. And so my struggle that I chose 10 months ago was to tackle $27,000 worth of credit card debt. That's right, folks. I had it and I tackled it. And I made this commitment and this choice, and I knew it was going to be a struggle. One, because I went through, in October of last year, I went through a huge career shift. And I went from one business that was basically 3/4 of my revenue source to not having that job. And at the same time, taking on this struggle. And the intention why I chose to take on this struggle was because I wanted freedom. I wanted more freedom to be able to pick up and travel and do things more frequently than I had been able to in the past. And so, and also on top of that, I wanted the freedom that if I had ever met anybody that I fell in love with and they lived in a different state or they were moving away, I would have the capacity to pick up and leave and have nothing behind. So no debt, no nothing, free and clear, free as a bird to go where I want. So freedom was the intention, and that was the struggle, to tackle $27,000 worth of debt in a year. And so in order for me to do that, what I needed to do is I needed to have more than one revenue source. So I did what I did. I scouted out numerous business opportunities. I did a lot of butt puckers and a lot of job opportunities, and I even started working nights, which I hate doing. Long story short, and not to diving in, that was a struggle for me more than anything, working nights, because I'm a morning person. I love my morning rituals. I like waking up. I like staying in my flow because ultimately it makes me feel good. And so when I chose this struggle, I knew that part of the process was I needed to get a job at night, and in turn I did, and multiple jobs. So the last 10 months in this struggle of working not one job, not two jobs, not three, not four, not five, 6 different jobs, I have been able to pay down $20,000 worth of debt. So I'm a little shy underneath $7,000 right now, and I have about 3 more months to go, which will be completely wipe free. So my struggle that I chose was to wipe out $27,000 worth of debt is now only down to $7,000. And the struggle was hard to stay in balance in health and wellness. But when I made the choice for that struggle, I buckled down. I didn't go out. I didn't socialize. I, really made a conscious effort to go to bed as soon as I came home from work. Yes, I traveled a lot during that time because I actually started seeing somebody who was in another state. So really making sure that how I stayed in my flow was I stayed on my sleep. I made sure that my nutrition was on point, not only here but in California, because I started to go there every other weekend to spend time with him, and really making sure that I was exercising and getting in 10,000 steps a day, because sometimes I wasn't able to get to the gym, and sometimes I wasn't able to get to yoga as often. I used to practice 3 days a week, and unfortunately, due to the work schedule, it got down to once a week, maybe twice a week. And so for me, because my physical exercise wasn't on the forefront like it had been, I really need to stay top of my nutrition and juicing and taking my supplements, going to the doctor, and really staying on top of my sleep and minimizing my stress. And so when I talk about today, choose your struggle, listen to the podcast below with Joe Rogan, listen to the full hour and how he really talks about ultimately we do get to choose our struggle. And when we consciously choose what that's going to be, we take action in becoming resilient in that struggle so we can overcome it, and we build thick skin, and we become immune to truly overcoming what weighs us down and boggles us down. And again, I'm not necessarily keen on the word struggle because I like to look at things from a positive moment, but I also know logic sense too. Like when we evaluate things from both sides, the positive and the negative, it's good to ultimately discover an outcome. And so for me, when I knew I had 12 months to choose this struggle, I knew that I had to buckle down, but the rituals that kept me in balance were my juicing, my yoga once a week, my sleep, my supplement, and eating healthy, and just not going out and partying and acting like an ass. So today, choose your struggle and pick an area consciously and take the actionable steps what you need to do in order to become resilient. And when you choose that struggle, most importantly, keep your health rituals in play, because when you do, that will help you to go through that struggle, period. If I didn't have those rituals, I would have probably gotten sick more often than not. I would have been a hangry bitch, not a nice person, but because of those health rituals, I was able to go through the struggle a lot easier and gracefully. So today, choose your struggle. Click the link below for the full podcast or video, and have a kick-ass Wednesday.